Hello, my loved ones, and welcome back to the Soulmate Journey Empath. This is going to be a weekly energies reading for today, which is Monday, April 27th, all the way through next Monday, which is May 4th. So I hope that you're all doing well. I wanted to try and get this recorded early in the morning. So I have my coffee here with me. I hope you have a nice beverage there with you as you're watching this video. I did have some issues last week. I tried to make a picture post of the weekly messages, and then I found out that I needed 1,000 subscribers to do that. And so, I'm working on that on my end, okay? But to you, my community, if there is anybody else that hasn't checked out the channel that you think would get a kick out of the messages, resonate with the messages, or get a kick out of me, please feel free to share the channel, share videos, any content that you're enjoying. And please help me grow this community so that I can make those picture posts for you when I have 1,000 subscribers, all right? So what I wanted to do was just go ahead and use the same decks that I used last week, which are the Secret Language of Light, the Work Your Light, and the Mini Starseed Oracle. So first things first, I love to look at the bottom of the deck and kind of see what the overall messages are going to be. And first things first, and I think this is the most important message here. This week is going to be a crucial time for observation, all right? And observation here reads, expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. So observation. The way that I really see this playing out into the week is that you may find yourself, even if you are engaged in, say, a group meeting. A lot of people have been using Zoom, Skype, etc. Lately. And so you may find yourself trailing out from the details of something that is more 3D. And you're kind of like zooming out in your head, and you're starting to see connections to things that are going on that maybe you didn't observe, maybe you didn't notice before. But what I'm getting very strongly collectively for all of us with this message is really zooming out the focus. And it's not like stopping doing our very day-to-day things, our very ubiquitous things, our very simple things. It's just approaching it from a different perspective, from a broader perspective, if you will, where instead of looking at this micro, at this individual interaction, you're able to see the micro, the person to person, or the situational context of it in its own perspective. You're able to see when you do this zooming out, if you will, how this is connected to things on a bigger level. And then even zooming out there, like in terms of like your region or your industry. And then the third focus is, well, how does this fit in with everything collectively? How is this, in a very small sense, a concrete example of something greater that's going on? And those connections are highlighted for us this week. So we're going to be noticing a lot of those connections. So let's go ahead. Wow. And I love that. Underneath we have transcendence. So this is talking about transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to shine. Let's see. Is there any other watchword for this week for the collective? And we have a couple. We had some flippers. Wow. But I love these. These are beautiful messages. Anything else coming through for us? All right. Oh, puppies hear the laundry going around in the washing machine. Hopefully we won't have to stop and restart. Or maybe we will. my loves. As many of you are, I am a pet owner. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. And my dogs thought it would be a great idea. Just get out there and wake up all the neighbors. I mean, like, they saw a squirrel or a mouse farted or something. So, anyway, back to your weekly watchwords. We do have meditation here. So I think this is really important. Take a moment to connect with Source through quiet, reflective meditation. I think that you're going to be doing this and making these connections here this week. That this is again, this is collective reading, but you know, really finding ourselves trailing off in thought and the way in which we are seeing elements of the divine, seeing elements of something greater than ourselves, of something greater than our 3D reality, is really seeing these patterns and really seeing how everything fits together. Like observation came in first. That's the strongest energy for this week. So we have observation, meditation, magnificence. You're an amazing, magnificent, and unique being, but most importantly, you are enough. Okay? So this is a reminder not to neglect the self-love, self-affirmations this week. Also, patience. Okay, be patient. The destiny unfolds at its own pace. So if there's anything that you're really holding on to the energy of the outcome with, I think that's a message from Spirit, just really to let us know that, you know, that can keep us in that energy. And so by releasing expectation, by focusing on these other things, by having that quiet meditative space, by getting into a frame of observation, that we're really going to be making progress towards some things in life. Realize that in order to make progress, you do not have to have a tangible result in your hand every time. And that's really important to remember, especially when we're really getting into our abstract mind, really seeing divinity in the day-to-day and really making those connections. Okay, that those connections, the value of making those connections for us and seeing where we fit into all of this in our individual lives, there's no dollar amount attached to it. It's a very difficult thing to conceptualize, but it is precious and priceless. Okay, so recognize that if things are not coming to you in a 3D sense, it doesn't mean that they're not for you. So at the bottom of the deck on the secret language of light, I just absolutely love this energy. We have soul writing. And I want to go ahead and before I get into the other secret language of light, I do want to bring in the bottom of the deck of the Work Your Light Oracle, which we have Warrior Woman. What is your soul calling you to do? So with Warrior Woman here and soul writing, a lot of us are going to be in that meditative place, okay? Discovering truths, uncovering truths, maybe for a lot of us, maybe even some past life memories, but this overwhelming sense of like who we are and what role feels right. It may be a role that you're already occupying and it just may resonate with you. Like, God, like I feel like I'm in my power. I've been training lifetimes for this and here I am and this is how it works. And you're able to, you know, see to yourself to make these connections. Oh, wow. Well, it's funny when I look back on it, you know, knowing what I know now from an awakened state, I can see how this led to this. And that's a beautiful energy to be in. That's an energy that I've been in the past couple of weeks. Really in these moments, making these connections and finding out like what is my soul song? What is my soul song calling me to do? What is in my divine blueprint as a soul? So that's a beautiful energy. And I'm going to go ahead and put our Warrior Woman up there. So let's see, what light codes do we have for the collective for this week? April 27th until May 4th, 2020. What light codes do we have for the collective, please? All right, and we had another one that wanted to come out. So this is interesting. We have variance coming up again. That was a theme last week. So this is really important. It has the vibration of the number 3 because we have 9 plus 3 adding to 12, 1 and 2 adding to 3. So co-creation. Recognize that things will come in as they're meant to. And I think this really supports that patience message. That things are going to come in as they are meant to, not necessarily how we perceive them. And so, you know, it's really, really important. And I see this overarching message that's linking micro, meso, and macro here. That, you know, really paying attention to your soul essence, to your divine blueprint, to trying to connect with it this week is really going to help you make sense. If you're trying to manifest, if you are trying to entertain certain energies to achieve an outcome, to calibrate them with this variance in a way that is mutually supportive so that you can co-create with your divine team. So just recognize, have some leeway in how you expect things to turn out. Give it up to the divine to present you what's meant for you rather than, you know, putting out a specific request for a very specific thing. Just address the need, you know, just offer the need up as you're trying to co-create. So I love this. The next 2 light codes I have for you are the divine masculine and there is only light. The divine masculine. And this is all about proactive. This is all about active energy. This comes from a balanced solar plexus chakra. And this is all about going for what's important to you. And I love it because it does work with that warrior woman. What is your deepest calling? Divine masculine energy hones in on it and systematically goes for it. So this is a go for it type of energy when it comes to creative projects, when it comes to putting your personal stamp on things, your personal voice. And I love this here. We have there is only light as your next light code. This, the vibration of the number 3. So this is all about co-creation again. And what I want to add is at the bottom of the deck after this, all we have visualize, which is number 8. Okay, so we are visualizing things. We are co-creating, expecting that there may be some variance between our expectations and what's delivered, but really getting in touch with our soul blueprint, with our natural talents and abilities, our accumulated gifts, and finding the right moment to synthesize all of this and go for it. Go for it. All right. And something else I want to bring up is now that we move over to this, at the bottom of the work your light, again, we have Pleiadian energy. Okay. And I identify as a Pleiadian origin starseed. And Pleiadian energy is very, very in touch with the divine masculine, very balanced divine masculine. Even those that present a feminine gender presentation among Pleiadians all have very well integrated, very balanced, very strong divine masculine energy. And this is all about speaking up and acting out. So, and with the warrior woman, there's, you know, in your personal life, there may be some situations where you're like, should I say something? And while we are being warned here, you know, with patience, I think that's more in terms of manifestation. But sometimes, look at that sword. It's like the tea. Do I drop the tea? Do I just... So for some of you, you may be wondering, like, should I speak up about what's going on? And with that Pleiadian energy, very much so. That is very well integrated, activated, and aligned divine masculine energy in the solar plexus, as well as in the throat chakra. So what messages do we have to help guide my beautiful collective, the collective of planet Earth, for the week of April 27th to May 4th. What messages do we have to guide the collective? And we did have some flip the wrong way. So we're going to go through one more time and see if we can get one more message here. Messages for the collective, April 27th to May 4th. Okay. Okay. And I love this at the bottom, mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Again, I was picking up on that. Should I say something? Should I? But the interesting thing about going back to this truth and this Pleiadian energy, which again, throat chakra, reflecting on this divine masculine light code for the solar plexus. Standing in your truth is speaking the truth, but it's also relative to the universal truth. And I think that's where we get, again, to this observational energy. Okay, which talks about the matrix of things. Why in this particular matrix, in this particular situation, am I feeling triggered? Is it something with me, or is it in fact something that's external to me in this situation? And so I think that's where that patience and observation is coming in terms of light codes, because here we're dealing with a situation where if we're getting triggered, there's some healing going on. There's some purpose in this energy coming in for us. And this is beautiful. Here we have break the chain, rewriting the future. So I want to go back to this soul writing, because this light code and this oracle message are very closely related. Healing. Rewriting. If there's something that isn't quite right, you are empowered to take the action with this divine masculine energy, and you can intervene on this narrative. People may be triggering you. This is making you aware, drawing your attention, if you will, to the places that need healing. All right. And last but not least for this week, we have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So you may find yourself in a position this week, darlings, where, excuse me, someone is approaching you, or you may come into contact with someone that can help you with this observation, with this patience, and this meditation that are so recommended this week. Someone else may have perspective that you are unable to see on the situation, and it could contribute to having a clearer vision. Okay, clearer vision of your soul writing, of what it is that you may be trying to manifest into your life. Okay, clearer vision so that you can actively pursue it, to tend your soul fire here. And with the blue coming in the flame, blue flame love is all about the deepest unconditional self-love. So that's huge. And when you're coming from that place, there really is only light. All right. So then going back over these other oracle messages here, whatever is triggering you may make you feel like you have to defend yourself or be on guard. But identify what is triggering you, and that it's happening so that you can address that area, so that you can process and heal that area. And, you know, you may be seeking help. You may be working with spirit guides or star family this week. But either way, we have a lot of emphasis on the divine masculine energy for this week. All right. So that is definitely about making sure that you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling balanced, you're feeling sure of yourself, sure of your voice. And having that Pleiadian energy come up again tells me to pay special attention to not only the solar plexus chakra this week, but also to the throat chakra, that we are being truthful and standing in what we know, that we're seeking outside help, that we are attempting to become as multidimensional as possible by linking things from the micro to the meso to the macro, and gleaning more and more insight every time we're able to find ourselves adopting those perspectives. All right. So let's just close it up here and see if there are any final mantras, watchwords, or messages for you, my beautiful loved ones, for the week of April 27th to May 4th. All right. Oh, and for those of you manifesting, at the bottom we have fruition. Rest assured that your dreams and visions will come to fruition. That's a beautiful message. Wow. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of one who mirrors your hidden self. And we definitely see that happening here. Okay, there may be triggering going on so that we can heal. That's why this is being reflected back at us this week, okay? So if there's a person or a situation that you're finding particularly challenging this week, the universe wants you to pay attention to why you're feeling triggered. And practice, this is your final mantra, watchword, or advice for the week: inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Absolutely beautiful. And so on that note, I hope that you all have a beautiful, prosperous, and informative week ahead, the week of April 27th to May 4th. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Comment below. Let me know how you're doing. You can follow me on Instagram at soulmate_journey_empath. My email, as well as my storefront to book a personal reading, are all found in the description box below. So as always, my beautiful loved ones, I am sending you so much healing, love, and light. Bye-bye.